If you're struggling on defense in Madden 23, then I got you covered because in this video, I'm about to break down a very easy defense you can use to stop the run, lock down the pass, and get easy quick pressure all at the same time. For Madden 23 Ultimate Team coins, AOEAH.com is the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SPORTS for 3% off your order. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Duke, back here from SportsGamers.com. A lot of people after the patch have been asking me what I'm running on defense and what my favorite defenses are to use. And we're going to get into that in this video. So first things first, I would recommend using the 4-6 playbook on defense. They have everything I like to run. If you're not going to run with the 4-6 playbook, I would look at Kansas City. Both are good, but I do slightly recommend 4-6 over Kansas City. Now, the two main formations I would look at after the patch are going to be $3-2 and nickel normal or nickel over. The 3-3 cub is good as well. And you can get all those from the 4-6 playbook, so that's kind of why I recommend that. Now in this video, we're going to be looking at this $3-2. The play we're going to look at is the cover 4 drop contain. Most people are just running spinner and DB fire 2, but I'm actually really loving the cover 4 drop contain right now. So we're going to get into how I run that. Stop the run, get pressure, lock down the pass in a second. But first you need to know my coaching adjustments. So you want auto flip on. You want your auto alignment on base, and then for the zone drops, we're actually going to set our flats to 25, our curl flats to 5, and our hooks to 10. That's just going to allow us to easily adjust our coverage depending upon what our opponent is doing. So we're going to break the huddle, $3-2, cover 4 contain. So in this video, guys, I'm going to show you guys how you can get pressure, stop the run, and play lockdown coverage with a few different setups. We're going to show you like 2 to 3 different blitz setups, some coverage adjustments, and we're going to show you how to gap shoot against the run. So make sure you don't skip ahead. Make sure you watch this entire video so you don't miss out. Now I'm just going to move the ball back so we have some space on offense. And I just want to remind you guys, I do free Madden 23 tip videos and gameplays on my channel. So if you like the content, subscribe, drop a like, comment. All this stuff does help me out a lot as a content creator. And I appreciate the support. So the base setup to this defense is actually really simple. All I do is press my coverage. And because I have a base alignment, that's going to keep the DBs out wide, right? So why that's helpful is it's just going to help against corner routes. You like outbreaking routes to the sideline, like C routes, corner routes. Those types of things are going to be hard to complete. Now remember, I have my zone drops for my flats on 5, right? So a lot of times a quartered zone will help against corner routes and C routes. Then I have my flats on 5, so these curl flats are going to take away like a quick running back route, a quick out. The other thing I can do is I can bring my safeties up in the box just to help against the seams and also against the run too. Because of this cover 4, they play a run fit naturally. Now, as far as abilities go, you don't need any. They're not necessary, but what I do is I have deep out zone knockout on my 2 outside corners, my 2 safeties. I also use pick artist everywhere, and I'll use some mid zone KOs, but the deep out zone knockout ability is definitely the most important one. Now, to get pressure, this defense, you can do it a few different ways. The first thing that I'll do is I'll just bring a single-sided edge pressure opposite the running back. And what I mean by that is if the running back's on the right of the screen, I'll blitz from the left. So I can easily just do this by simply hitting my coverage audible, which is triangle or Y, and then quick adjust the left slot corner, which in this case is icon is triangle, and I just hit right on the right analog stick to blitz him down. Now when I do this is just going to blitz 4 people. Now, most of the time people will just run something simple like bench or whatever. You're going to get pressure because you're sending opposite the running back, and most of the time when you send it opposite the running back, most players you play online, they're not going to know how to pick this up. So you're going to be able to get in there very simple, very quick pressure. Now again, we can just do this again. You guys can see I'm already set up. All I did was press my coverage and then just blitz my left slot corner because he is opposite the running back, because I know that even if they block their running back, because I'm blitzing opposite, he's going to come free and get the sack the majority of the time. Now, you just want some fast slot corners, so you can get the pressure in. Now, say that they were to flip their formation, right? Now the running back is on the left. We can easily counter this again, pressure coverage. This time we'll blitz the right slot corner again because he's opposite the running back. Now, you can use either linebacker. You can make coverage adjustments, like I said. Maybe they're hitting you in the flat, and you know that. So because we blitz our right slot corner, we could then put this linebacker in the curl flat that's zone drop to 5. And then at this point, we could play on the linebacker or potentially even a safety. It really just all depends. But again, there's just simple adjustments and simple pressure, as you guys can see here. Again, quick pressure, resulting in a sack. Now, obviously, a lot of people are starting to run play action plays that can make these 4-man rushes not come in as well. Or even, some people might know how to block their running back and slide protect an ID to pick up a 4-man rush. And if they do, that's completely fine, because at that point what we're going to do is if we press our coverage and then we just blitz both slot corners, so the left one and the right one. Now if they run a play action, all we have to do is pass commit and we're guaranteed pressure. And if they run a normal pass play, block the running back and try to ID one of the slot corners, then the other one is just going to come free. So like here, let's say that we go right back to bench. We block the running back, and then maybe we just try to ID the one away because that's the one that we've been blitzing over and over again. Now you'll see that you might be able to pick that one up, but then the other one's going to come free regardless. As you guys can see here, two come free. They can't pick both of them up. We have an easy sack. So this is going to allow you to bring pressure from the left, the right, and both sides. Now you might be wondering, okay, the pressure is obviously good, but what makes cover 4 worth running instead of just simply running like cover 2 or man? And the reason for that is this is one of the easiest defenses to stop these tight and bunch corner routes in the game. So we could go right back to bench, right? Now, when we're in cover 4, again, you have to realize when you bring these safeties up in the box and press your coverage, they're automatically going to be in run fits, but the other nice thing is that they'll defend the seams really well. Still, someone might know how to, on the short side of the field, do a streak corner combo. Something like that, right? Now, if they do, you're going to actually get pretty good coverage by this deep zone until the streak runs them off. Now, if they have time for the streak to run him off, he would be open. The way we counter this is we remember, we put our zone drops for curl flats to 5, but our flats are on 25. So we can individually put that outside corner on the short side that they might run that corner out to on a cloud flat. Now, we really only have to worry about this on the short side of the field, and I'll kind of explain that in a second. But when we put him in a cloud flat, then we're going to individually back him up. Because remember, we want to press coverage so we can potentially bring the quick pressure from the slot corners, right? But to individually back him up, all you do is, again, you hit your coverage audible, triangle or Y, your individual adjustment, and that's going to be X on PlayStation. Then you're going to hit the icon of the receiver, the outside receiver. On the side, you want to back the corner up. So we want to back the left corner up. The outside receiver on the left is square. So we hit square, and then we hit up on the right analog stick to back them up. Now, I know that took me a minute to kind of explain, but once you get the muscle memory down, you can do that in seconds. Really easy. So now, you guys can see this cloud flat's backed up, and then we have these guys in the seams. Now, you don't even worry, you have to get beat over top. You really don't have to worry about it, believe it or not. These safeties will defend, the streak over the top very well. Now, personally, I only do this on the short side of the field because I know that on the short side of the field, they can hit me with the streak corner. On the wide side, I don't worry about it because on the wide side, the cover 4 is going to do a good enough job of defending the corner route unless they send somebody in motion. Now, if they send somebody in motion, at that point, the cover 4 deep zone could get ran off, which then I might have to put them in a deep zone or a backed up cloud flat on that side too. But unless they use motion, we don't have to worry about that happening on the wide side, only the short side. And the short side is the left here because the ball is closer to the left hash. That's how I know it's the short side. So you guys can see here now, I still get the same pressure, and if you try to chuck that corner out at me, because I have my cloud flat backed off and he zone dropped to 25 yards, it's not going to get open. So as you guys can see here, there's some very easy adjustments you can do to take away a lot of the meta. You guys can see here, look, there's nothing open, and I would just use this linebacker here. So if someone went in the quick flat, I could guard it. If not, I sit over in the middle. And you guys, you can see here again, because this is the wide side, notice how the deep zone on the wide side covers that corner route perfectly. Again, the only way you'd have to worry about it is if they were to use motion. Looking to become a better Madden player and win more games? Check out sportsgamers.com. I built sportsgamers.com from the ground up to give you the best Madden tips, best Madden ebooks, all at the best price, bar none. We have a VIP membership that gives you access to the entire site, every ebook and every tip we release all year long for only $24.99. Click the link in the description. I've also pinned it in the comments, and use coupon code DUKE for 10% off your order. So guys, I want to break down one more coverage adjustment, and then I'm going to get into stopping the run. Now, another thing people might want to do is run a play of a deep post from a tight or bunch formation. And against cover 4, that deep post, it could potentially get behind the hook zones and then underneath the deep zone, just kind of like that. Now, it's pretty easy to counter. All you're going to need to do if you see someone doing this, even though I know I dropped the ball, but you guys can see that could be open, is all you're going to really want to do is put one of your safeties into an inside third. And I kind of like to, just depending upon their route combos, it depends upon which safety I'm going to do. But when you have one of your safeties in an inside third instead of a cover 4, if they try to fit that deep post, he's going to kind of just be sitting there. And now it's not a contested catch. It's actually going to be a pick because he's in much better position now. So that's the other coverage adjustment I definitely like to do a lot against these types of players. Now, I know I said I would break down how to stop the run, so let's get into that now. Now we're going to get into stopping the run. Now the first thing you have to know about this defense is, honestly, it's good against the run kind of by default because the safeties are already in run fits. Now I'm going to show you how to gap shoot, but just being in our base setup without even trying to shoot the gap, you guys can see that because the safeties are in run fits, that the run is defended really well. And what I mean by that is when you're in cover 4 and you have your safeties in these cover 4 deep zones, they're automatically already, their first step is against the run on a run play. You guys can see they don't drop back. Watch the snap. Our two safeties immediately stepping forward, attacking the run. And I mean, this makes it really hard for them to run the ball on us because we're having our safeties in the box playing the run immediately and they don't really get anything here. So, you have to realize that this is good run D. It's good run D by default, but we can do better and we can shoot gaps. So shoot gaps is how you do it. So, most of the time right now, what are people doing? They're in shotgun and they're running inside zones a lot, right? Inside zones from a lot of different formations are popular right now. And you can easily gap shoot the inside zone. What you're going to need to do is basically look at which side of the quarterback the running back's on. So if the running back's to the right of the quarterback, we'll shift our D-line, to the left. You always shift your D-line to the opposite side of the running back. So if the running back's on the right, you shift your D-line to the left. If they're on the right, you shift them left. If the running back's to the left, you shift the D-line to the right. So always shift the D-line away from the running back. Next thing we're going to do is crash our defensive line or slant them outside. So that's just going to change our rush angles, as you guys can see. This is how they should look. And to slant them outside, you just hit left on the D-pad and then up on the right analog stick. So you kind of want to just hide behind this D-lineman, kind of get on his hip. And at the snap, you guys are going to see, you can kind of just shoot the gap just like that. Very, very easy to do. It's something that if you take it to practice mode, you should kind of get this down within a few minutes at the most. But as you guys can see, I'm just going to zoom in so you can really see where he is. You want him directly behind the D-lineman and kind of so he's basically on his left hip. The linebacker's left leg is kind of on his left leg. But, it's if you're looking at the screen, it's really the right side of his body, kind of in that B gap. And at the snap, you're just going to see you kind of just loop in the A gap. You wait for the ball to be snapped. You don't try to time it. You just wait for the ball to be snapped. Then you just shoot the A gap, and you can do a dive tackle. Now, again, if you have a fast safety here, or even a fast linebacker, you'll get in the backfield before they can do anything. It's pretty much guaranteed tackle for a loss. Just to show you guys how easy that is, I'm going to do it again. Same thing. We just press, shift our D-line away from the running back, crash them out. That's it. Just want to stand in this spot, and you're going to be able to shoot the gap every time. Pretty easy to do. I missed the tackle, but even though I missed the tackle, our defense that was there to make the play. And just by me shooting the gap, that just messed up the whole play. As you guys see here, I dove tackle, he just kind of ran by me. Whatever. But yeah, as long as you have a fast safety or linebacker, this is going to be an every time thing. You're going to shoot the gap and you're going to make the tackle. Now, the only thing I'll say is if they have King Henry or Quadfather, right? Quadfather, King Henry, got the abilities, the X factors to break your tackles. Just use a secure tackler as your user, and then they won't be able to do that anymore. That's the counter to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Until next time, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.